Cross your fingers, first class.
So I can't say it. We're lost. I missed a step. Dragon.
Rockefeller.
All right, so we always go on vacations to different places, and we've kind of wondered why we haven't ever videoed our journeys. And not that anything crazy or unexpected happens, but just we want to kind of document our travels. And so this is like the first ever video that we've made together of that travel. And we're going to
Boston.
We're gonna head to Boston and see the Red Sox play the Astros, which is pretty cool since we're from Louisiana and it's right there. I failed to mention when I said nothing interesting happening, our flight actually got delayed. So the first flight to start this trip is an hour back, which is okay. It gave us more time to sleep and to prep over here, but it's gonna give us kind of less time over there. So second bump in the road, Amber decided to bring 4.8 ounces on the airplane, which the government says this is not okay. We made it to
Charlotte.
We made it to Charlotte, North Carolina, and we are going to our connecting flight. Probably gonna grab something to eat, and then off to Boston. So once we got to our connecting flight, this is when the chaos starts. Due to weather delays and the first delay or cancellation that we had, we didn't notice, but our flight had the same number, same gate and everything, but it was for 24 hours later, but that wasn't gonna do. So we got on the phone with Amex, we tried to get them to change it, put us on a flight, finally went to the American Guest Services. We wanted to get into Providence or somewhere close, but the closest we could actually get was Rochester, New York, and then I was gonna have to make a drive.
Cross your fingers, first class.
Oh, we didn't make it. So we didn't make it to first class. We're actually 2 rows behind, and it wasn't a bad flight. I think it was about 3 hours. And once we got in Rochester, that's when the true challenge began, which was the 6-hour drive into New York through the night and through the weather that was canceling all these flights. We made it, or at least we passed the airplane part of it. So now we have to go drive to Boston from Rochester, New York, from Rochester, New York to Boston, 6 hours. This is our 2023 Hyundai Tuscan. Can I get started?
Now that I'm on my way, you still think I'm crazy, standing here today. It's a good thing that I made you go and put my hairspray back in the truck this morning instead of checking my bag, because if we would have checked my bag, there's no telling where it would have ended up. Would it have ended up in Charlotte? Would it have ended up in Rochester?
We went to get on the plane, and the lady said, "Y'all flight is tomorrow." I instant panic mode and was like, "We're not even going." And then I said, "Nope, we're gonna make this work," because this trip was about recording our vacation and just the journey. This is just an extra step. And so instead of like panicking, and freaking out, I just calmed myself, took a breath, and was like, okay, I'm gonna drive wherever we can go. It just kind of flowed together. So that was nice that we made that happen.
Yeah, that was my first time renting a car. All right, are we officially in a toll? We've
This
been in a
whole
toll.
road, this whole highway from Rochester, I think all the way to Boston is a toll road. I've never been on something like that.
Not in Louisiana anymore.
Woo. We did it. We crossed 2 states, 6 hours. It's a little over 6 hours of driving, and we've made it to Boston. Fenway Park is like right here. There's Fenway. That's where we're gonna be tomorrow night. We made it. We made it to our hotel. We're at the Residence Inn Boston by Marriott.
Floor 5.
Floor 5. So I made me a cup of coffee and it's slowly waking me up. I mean, that was a long night. We got in about 1:45. Amber's doing her makeup and changing. It was a decent room. We got in. It was too late for me to kind of give commentary. I would have been here forever. But nice sized kitchen. You walk in, dining, living, bedroom, and then, you know, closet and bathroom, everything you need without really staying in the room. But last night was pretty crazy driving in that. We were up and down in the mountains. It was raining. At one point, me and Amber were talking about the fact that she thought we were going straight. And I said, wait, you think we're going straight right now? And we were actually heading down. There's no skyline because of how dark it is and the clouds and stuff. So all you can see is the sides of the road, like the little reflectors. We made it here. It was a long drive, and I mean, we got a long day today. We're gonna go down and get breakfast, and we'll make our itinerary and figure out kind of what we're gonna do before the game. So we just dropped off the car, and we're walking to, I guess, the train station. I think Amber has to pee. She's always kind of fashionably in a hurry. So
It's cold.
it's not that cold. It's 64 over here, but like in this weather, 64 feels like pretty warm. Oh my goodness. All right, so now we gotta figure out the train thing. All right, so at this point, you're probably confused why we're at the train station. So at breakfast, which I missed the footage because we're learning how to film our travels, but we talked about how we took a plane and a car, and it was so wet and dreary in Boston, it might not be the greatest time to shoot. So where could we go and take a train? And we ended up on Salem. So since it's not around Halloween, it's not going to be that full of people. So it would be a great journey. So I just got on ChatGPT and I asked it, hey, can you make an itinerary? We want to go to Salem. How do we get there? What should we see? And it kind of built it out for us. So this is that journey. I think we had the right place, but we are kind of lost. I don't know where to navigate this.
We're just not used to it.
Yeah, we're just not used to trains or doing any of that. This is like a new travel thing for us. So now we're headed to the commuter rail. So we got our tickets. I don't know what I was expecting, but everybody's been super helpful and nice. Oh, look, a pigeon. We're inside the train station, and there are birds walking around. There's another one over there. So in Louisiana, I don't know if you know this, but daiquiris, you can drive up and get a daiquiri or get a to-go cup at a bar. And we're just mesmerized by this machine here, which is a scratch-off ticket vending machine. And we've been standing here for like 5 minutes staring at it, trying to figure it out. But like, this is crazy for us, just like I guess for other people who drive through daiquiris and grabbing a to-go cup at a bar. It's like normal for us. About to go to Salem. There are birds everywhere. All right, so Amber missed us running down the train rail, the walkway, but we were running down the walkway because the lady said, "They better hurry, they're about to leave." But we only heard one announcement, so you gotta listen up when you're at the train station.
Well, and we just are not knowledgeable. We don't ride trains ever. It's different for us.
This is like an impromptu excursion too, like just like let's go to Salem. So I really just got on ChatGPT and just asked it for some advice of like what to do, and we're just kind of following it. So we just arrived at the train station. So this is what you see coming into Salem from the commuter train, and we're gonna start our tour. So we're gonna head to the Witch Museum and start our walking tour. I'm gonna try to video more from my cell phone just because it's kind of a better camera angle.
Walking aimlessly.
So we're walking aimlessly, so you're trying to record on my phone. But I forgot my sunglasses, which is a no-no. So I don't know what I expected whenever I was coming into Salem. For some reason in my head, I had a different picture, but like, this place looks amazing. I really wanted to kind of see more older buildings, and I guess it's just the area we're in. And again, no research, just put it in ChatGPT and kind of just going from there. So behind us is the Salem Witch Museum. There's a tour every 45 minutes, but with our allotted time, we're kind of gonna do like a walking tour where we kind of go to a few different places. But it's a really cool spot. Across from it is this nice park back here. it's been a real cool walk. So we're gonna head out from here and go to our next spot and then head out to lunch. This technically is not our stop, but this is Philip's school. This is Max and Allison's school on Hocus Pocus.
Electric vehicle.
I think so. Oh. So this is Burial Point Cemetery. This is one of the oldest cemeteries in the country. It was established around 400 years ago. This is crazy, like, think about how old this cemetery is. So the information I read, it said that this is, I think John Hawthorne's buried here, which is one of the key figures in the Salem witch trials. He's the great-grandfather of Nathaniel Hawthorne. So there's no way I could really kind of catch everything on camera, but like everything here is kind of really cool to see around every turn, every corner. So on the way to our next stop, we're passing through the harbor. So that's the Salem Harbor right there. I didn't bring any ND filters. I have one for my phone. Didn't pack it with me, but you can still see the harbor and a lot of boats out there. We don't have time to walk to the end of the little walkway there, but I just wanted to kind of show this. It's really cool. So this is the custom house. This is where you come in and check in whenever you make it into port. So at this stop, we kind of got two different places. So this is America's oldest candy company, Yod Pepper Company, and just across from it is the House of Seven Gables, which to my knowledge, we're on the back side of it, but it's a cursed mansion, kind of like Myrtle Plantation. I think we're gonna, St. Francisville, sorry. So we're gonna pass on the front and then we're gonna head to lunch. So I'm on the side of the House of Seven Gables, but look at the view. Straight out to the harbor. They must be having an event here. I mean, what gave it away is the big tent, but I guess you'd have to go in. I don't know. They might be doing, I don't know. There's the Salem Harbor. All right, let's go get some candy.
Yum. Our kids will be happy. That finch just choked you. It's cursed.
The camera didn't really catch it that great. The fence, and it did it again. The fence has me by the backpack. This is the second time. Okay. That is super strange. So we showed the candy shop, then we saw this, so we're like, hey, let's hurry up and walk by. Now we're gonna go buy some candy. So I don't know what they have in there. We didn't look it up again, but we're gonna see what they got. So we really didn't plan on going inside anywhere, but we're gonna make an exception here. It's hard to describe the feeling when we got there. It was amazing, like stepping into a time capsule. They had older candies, they had new candies, they make a lot of stuff in-house, and we ended up getting two of their famous pieces of candy. But the conversation was so amazing, and I didn't have my camera on, so missed opportunity. But the candies that we did buy, we'll do a quick review on them. We happened to get chocolate, and we got their two oldest candies. So here they are right here, but we'll review that during lunch. This is a moment of reflection on trying to video travel. There's a bunch of different things that are hard about doing this. Like, I normally don't video travel. I video products, and I'll do bike rides and stuff. Like, trying to do travel stuff, getting the mic to sync up, remembering to video inside, or asking people to video, it feels slightly uncomfortable to walk in and just put a camera in somebody's face, or even, ask for permission. But look at this. His name is Reggie. That's a cool garden. It's something that I gotta get past, and I guess it's part of like videoing your travels. So y'all are along for the first ride with all the bumps and everything. I said all that because I wish I would have got the history with that lady and got her to explain on camera when she was telling us about the candy and stuff. But if you come to Salem, like that little old lady was so sweet. We got caramel pecan turtles, and we got the candy that they're famous for. So we're in the middle of finding a new place to eat because Turner's Seafood, ChatGPT lied to us. It doesn't open till 12 and we're on a time crunch, so we got to find somewhere new. Okay, so what's the name of this one? I don't know if the mic can hear what you're trying to say. Say that again?
Rockefellers. What?
The place Amber chose is another historical place with... pushed me off the sidewalk. Try again?
Rockefeller.
Rockefeller.
No, not Rockefeller. Rockefeller.
Oh, Rockefeller. We had a great time at Rockefeller's. This building was actually a church on the upper floors, and the lower floor they rented out to different businesses throughout time, most recently being a bank. But it's really nice, renovated inside. It has award-winning food. They have a vast menu that we decided. Amber got the buffalo wrap with a spinach wrap and a Caesar salad. I got the Caesar salad and the turkey club. All right, Amber's doing a taste test of the blackjacks, which, let me see.
Stick candies made and sold commercially in this.
I already took a bite and it's delicious.
I don't figure out what it is.
I like it. It's like a mild sweet. This is the other sweet.
We're gonna destroy that word.
I'm not gonna pronounce it because I would destroy it, and I don't want to disgrace this candy. It's fragile, like one of the soft peppermint sticks. That's very good. It like melts in your mouth. So there's two types of peppermints. There's the ones you get at the store and they're like hard or the restaurant, and then there's the soft kind of fluffy ones. This one has that same kind of texture, but it has a lemon meringue kind of taste to it. This is good. I'm gonna end up eating this whole thing. Amber happened to point this out to me on the way out, but we found where they hide their Halloween decorations, and this mask is perfectly placed right there in the window. All right, we're headed to our last stop, and then we're headed back to the train. So this is the last stop. This is the witch house. This is Judge Corwin's house. Is direct ties to the Salem witch trials of 1692. It's a great spot to end our tour of Salem. Now, I know this was quick. We went to a bunch of spots really fast. It's time to head back. We've got to go get ready for the game for the Astros and Red Sox. And we're actually going to get a private tour of the stadium. So riding the train back was a lot easier because we weren't hopping back and forth. We really loved Salem. It was super fun. On the way back, we found a bunch of turf animals, which I thought was crazy, that are scattered throughout the city on our walk back to the room. So after we got to rest for a little bit, we went to a place across the street called the Yard House. We wanted to just get a quick drink and maybe an appetizer before the game. We happened to meet up with our friend Kelsey, who was in town for the game as well. And we decided on getting this giant pretzel. I mean, look at this thing. It tastes just as good as it looks. So after we hung out for a little bit, we headed to the ballpark. So we made it to our tour, and we picked up a couple of extras. We're dealing with whatever audio we get from this.
They have some kind of song.
Yeah. I knew we were doing a tour, but I didn't know we were going to be on the field. I missed the sip. Izzy almost caught me falling flat on my face there. But we head to the left of the screen here to the Green Monster, the area they call it. And they were hitting balls in this area all batting practice. So we were hung up a little bit, tried to catch a ball, but they didn't hit one close. The row in front of us actually caught a ball while we were up there. But then we headed to a bunch of other sites like this green space, which was once just a big rubber mat. The Hall of Fame, we found Babe Ruth's plaque, the original left field foul pole, and we got our first game buttons at that desk. One of the coolest things was the jerseys throughout time from the World Series, and the original jerseys, which actually had collars. So located just inside of Gate B, you're going to find one of the Boston Red Sox newest food vendors. That's Crispy Crunchy Chicken. And this trip was actually made possible by Crispy Crunchy Chicken. So thank you so much for all your support. And if you haven't tried them yet, you have to go check out your local convenience store and try Crispy Crunchy Chicken. Anytime I think about chicken, it's my new comfort food. And like, I'm going Crispy Crunchy Chicken. We didn't even make it back to our seats. We finished our food before we could even sit down.
the shortstop, number 10, Trevor Story.
So obviously I can't show the whole game. I could get in trouble for that. But we had a great time in Fenway Park. Everything from, the people walking around, hot dogs, beer, the different songs they play at ballparks, that whole thing of being there in the atmosphere, it was just amped up because it was Fenway. And because in this game, they won with a walk-off. So I have that last play. I'll show it in a second. But we had loads of fun and it was a great time. It's definitely something that I recommend doing if you go to Boston, and it's something that we're going to do again if we make our way back. So as I drank my morning coffee, I realized there's nobody in the streets. So they must have partied hard last night, and enjoyed this view of Fenway while Amber stayed back in the room and got ready so that we could head back to Louisiana.
So my first favorite thing was because of all the crazy travel that we did. Actually being in Salem, and when we were walking in the commons, being outdoors, since I am from the country, that was like a calming experience. There was less noise, the grass, trees, all that. And then the second favorite was the baseball field. Not many people get to live that experience and be there for that. At least I feel. I don't know. So that was my two moments.
Yeah, mine. I loved being in Fenway Park. Like, that was so cool, and like having that tour, being able to like see the stadium before the game started, and just like being in there was super cool. My other favorite part of the trip was going into that little candy store in Salem.
Oh, yeah. That was definitely a favorite.
Lady was just so sweet and informative, and gave us like some history of the town. And
I totally missed it. I totally missed that shot. That kind of leads into the hard parts of filming and travel. I'm so used to filming like different products and filming on the move action shots. So for me, travel of being in people's faces is new. I know if I asked for permission, it'd probably be okay because that is a tourist town. That was one of my biggest challenges for this video, was getting over that, or like just filming right now. Like there's people in here, and excuse me, there's people in here, and I mean there was a girl on the side of us for a minute, but like it's a challenge to do this because you're doing something out of the norm. So that was my main things, like I guess I wanted to cover in the end. That's not the flashy showing things and putting different scenes together, and the B-roll edits and drone footage and stuff. I think it's a good way to end the video, kind of just hanging out and chatting about our experience. So we'll end it here. We're about to head home and head back to Louisiana. So I hope you enjoyed this trip with us, and we hope that we can bring more of our travels, even though they are spaced out, so it's not like we travel every other week. But I hope we can, build more on this channel, and if anything, just document our travels together.
peace.
Bye.